Alright guys, so I just got a new order for a set of Futhark Runes from my Etsy shop. Now I make a lot of varieties of these, everything from moss to snow and ice to aged bone, which is the most popular. Lots of varieties. I offer them in like metals and metallics and resins and plastics, and I actually made a mold of them a long time ago, and I actually cast them out of durable plastic now instead of hand sculpting them all one at a time, which was what my originals were. I sculpted them at a Sculpey original. It was long and painstaking for the amount of return that I was getting onto that piece of artwork that I was selling. And after all, it may not be a painting, but it is absolutely artwork of some sort. So I have a customer who reached out to me and they ordered a set of lavender runes. How unique is that? I offer lavender as an option, just a light purple, but I also asked them what kind of like interior, like inlaid color that they would like inside the rune itself. And I was surprised. I'm super surprised. They said red. Now, originally I thought to myself, wow, lavender and like a red inlay. It's going to look weird, right? Guys, I'm not going to lie. It's a really cool color combination. Wait till you see these things completely finished out. I really want to take them even one step further, but it's not really what the customer had originally intended or ordered. But let's go ahead and get these things painted out here in a fun time lapse, and then we'll see what they look like at the very end of the video. So lavender and red, here we come. All right, so let's jump into a group of freshly casted and detailed runes here. Now these bad boys have been rinsed off really well of all dust and debris, and we're going to begin painting with what? Yes, we're going to be using a pale violet from Winsor & Newton. This is a fabulous color, guys. It's very light, very Easter-like in a way, I guess, maybe. It's just pale and it's just a nice lavender. Now, originally the customer had chose lavender as the base coat color, and I contacted them just to verify that's indeed what they chose, and they confirmed that that was correct. I was like, okay, very good. So what I'm going to do here in time lapse, we're going to begin with this 1 and 2 times speed, and then we're going to jump into 5 to 7, maybe 9. I don't know. I've lost count. Time speed for the remainder of them. Let's blast through these. Watch them in the background as I kind of line them up on that parchment paper there. Just very cool time lapse effect there. Now the customer had chosen inlaid red for the inlaid rune coloring. So that's pretty unique, and they confirmed that via chat just to make sure that that's indeed what they wanted. And of course, the customer is always right. Now, of course, I do wait a total of maybe like 15 to 30 minutes or so between layers to make sure they cure up properly. The next day, I go ahead and start it with the inlaid color here. Now, you can go in straight from the violet into the red the same day, but I like to give it a little bit of time for it to cure up so that way I'm not getting any pulling paint from my fingers, like touching the outside of the rune. Now, this color combination really does pop, you guys. I am using a alizarin crimson for this red inlay. I just thought the darker red would just pop a little bit better as opposed to, say, like a high crimson or even like a cadmium red. So we want to make sure that it has nice rich dark coloring here. Any kind of excess that I get on the outside edges of the inlaid portion of the rune here, I'll just kind of smear that away with a little bit of water. And it does one of two things. It keeps the lines of the red very nice and crisp, but it also applies a little bit of a pink like tinge or tone or kind of a film to the front of the rune. Instead of it just being straight up violet and straight up red, it kind of gives it a little bit of variation in color there. Now, the color combination between the lavender as well as the red, it really takes my mind to a D&D like creature, and that being the purple worms. And I don't know why it is taking my mind in such a drastic, crazy way, but that's really what I have in my mind when I'm looking at this color combination. I'm thinking to myself, wow, it'd be really cool to make like a casting base of like maybe like dark, dingy dirt. With maybe some small, like gross as it is, maggots, and then having these large purple, like pink and red worms, like flowing in and out of the dirt around where the runes would be casted. And that's more like a D&D type of setup. So if anybody is interested in that item, reach out to me. I would look forward to making that in the future. So you may or may not see these runes reappear in a slightly different shade and shimmer later on down the road on my channel. Now, I just thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of paint these on a video content for you guys, and kind of just share the process and just share my mind's eye of it. There's a new order that I had received from this customer. So it's just super exciting to do something new in the studio, and it inspired me, guys. When things truly inspire me in my art creations, whether it's spurred by a customer or not, I really like to just share that journey with you. And this inspired me to possibly make something in the future which is more D&D related and a little bit more darker and dingy and more full of gore and dirt. So we'll maybe make an entire set of new runes, as well as maybe like a base for these to be casted on. So we'll get to that later on down the road. It's something just pretty cool, and just want to mention that in this content video. Now, we are really just blasting through the painting process here, and I'm just giving each individual rune a little bit of a purple metallic on the very ends of the runes. Not very much at all. It's barely even a little bit of a dry brush, just to give it a little bit of shimmer and variation in color. That's all. Just very minimal, but it kind of just adds a little bit of dimension to each individual rune. Look how great these little bad boys look. Now, they are pretty cool. The red makes me think of blood, and the purple is just a really good combination with that red. Very cool choice for this customer. Now, here we are, you guys. All right, a big old handful of custom requested runes here. These things turned out absolutely awesome and inspired us to possibly create more art in the future. Look how great they look with the red. Again, it makes me think of a little bit of a blood inlay like we've cut into these runes. Pretty cool, right? Now, just remember, you can check out all of these on my Etsy or storefront. And, of course, it is a lot of combinations of them. I offer the aged bone, which is more like of a Stardust movie theme type of look, and solid state colors in a lower price point. And any of these major themed versions for D&D are a slightly higher price point, but they have a lot more work that's involved in them. That includes like the wood bark ones. We also have some that are frost dragons, and of course these are going to be eventually the purple worms, which is pretty cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe as we go ahead and drop these off at USPS to be shipped off to this awesome customer who spurred new inspiration for maybe the purple worm theme Futhark Runes in the future. Like and subscribe, guys. I will catch you later.